Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Techno. Today I've got a really great video for you. This is me on my IS-2. The IS-2 is of course the tier 7 Russian, sorry not Russian, well, it's pretty much Russian, let's be honest, but Chinese heavy tank. This is a really early video for me. I had just unlocked it not too long ago, and this is using the standard 100mm gun, stock turret, and I think stock engine. We are here on Westfield. This is a standard battle type, and we are starting on the south. Chinese tanks in general have horrible gun depression, so what I don't want to do is get myself really up on a hill trying to poke down at an enemy, because I'm just not going to be able to get my gun down. So I'm going to kind of set at the end of this rise here and do kind of a side hill poke and kind of see if anybody's going to come through the town. Nice thing about the IS-2 versus the IS, both of which are tier 7 heavies, is the IS-2 actually has improved front armor, and you can see as I turn to the side here, you'll see that sloping on the front, yeah, right there. That is not something that you'd see on the IS. The IS is more vertical, and it really matters. Alright, so we find an IS as I poke around the corner here, watching him, watching this T-29, just being a little bit careful, not wanting to expose myself too much, and we're just going to keep putting effective fire into this IS. The IS, and most Russian/Chinese tanks, Russian model tanks like the IS-2 or the IS, have no gun mantlets in the front. So if you can hit basically right where the gun's coming out of the turret, you're usually going to pin, and that's what I've been trying to do here. He lets me take a side shot at the side of his hull there, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. I believe that also tracked him, and he used a repair kit to get that back up and running. We also have a KV-85. That's the tier 6 version of basically the IS line. So you have the IS, which is the tier 7, and the KV-85, which is the one just before that. So we've got basically roughly the same tanks here. Relatively similar armor profiles and layouts. We've got what looks like a Churchill 7 and a KV-85 with us here too. Alright, so far so good. We've put some really good damage into that IS. I'm going to try to move up a little bit, watching our flank. Oh, and I do bounce a shell here off the front, so I'm just going to pull back. No reason to go out there and get myself killed. Alright. Put another quick shot into the side of that IS. We've got him down on critical health levels, so we're going to try to see if we can secure the kill. But he does move behind that building, so we're just going to kind of move up slowly, carefully, keeping our front armor facing forward. The IS series, IS-2, IS, have very poor side armor, so you don't generally want to side scrape or anything like that. You want to keep the armor facing forward. But I have the advantage, unlike this IS driver here, which I just killed. They get the 122mm guns, whereas we have these nice 100mm. Even stock, you get the 100mm on the IS-2, and the rate of fire is just a little bit nicer, and it's the same pin, so it's a great stock gun. And a lot of people actually end up keeping the 100mm mounted on their IS-2s even after unlocking their 122mm guns. Alright, we're taking some fire from something over here. It might be one of those E-25s. It didn't seem to be very high caliber. Go ahead and get some more shelling into this KV-85, see if we can remove him. And he gets removed by the AMX. Alright, so right now the town is looking pretty good. We took out the IS. The T-29 also got taken out, the KV-85. But we've lost the south. We spot a TOG-2. I'm going to see if I can put a shell into his turret here. Long shot. Oh, but we get lucky and it does go in, so that's a little extra damage for us. Alright, and at this point, I know that we've got this area secured. We have a ton of allies heading over to that TOG, so he should be fine. But what you'll notice is down at the bottom of the map here, we've spotted all 3 E-25s and what appears to be some sort of light tank. Probably the Covenanter. And so we're going to move over to this flank and try to help repel the attack that they're undoubtedly going to be mounting on our base. This is where you can see the speed of the IS-2. It doesn't have a great engine, even fully upgraded, but when it's going downhill, it has a decent top speed. So it really lets you be a mobile, yet still decently hard-hitting heavy tank. All in all, the IS-2 is a great tank. So if you ever think about going up the heavy tank tree, Chinese heavy tank tree, definitely would recommend doing that. Just remember that you won't actually get a heavy tank until tier 7. Everything is either lights or mediums until then. and there were copies of Russian tanks. Alright, now we found the E-25s and I've got my armor facing the wrong way. The first thing I want to do is get my front facing them. We're going to try to take out this light tank to secure to try to save the AMX, but it doesn't happen. We end up hitting his tracks there and he dies. But we got some nice shots on the E-25s. E-25s at this point are the biggest threat. Generally, if you fight an E-25, it's going to be the biggest threat because of the insane damage per minute that these things have. So we try to get a few shots in, but I want to get out of their line of fight. If they're both focusing on me, I'm going to die very, very quickly. So I pull back down, let the geography, let the terrain work for you when you're playing this game. That's one of the most important things to learn. But I also know that our base is being captured and it's about halfway there. If I stay here and try to guard against those E-25s, I will get killed, or I'm sorry, the base will get captured, and we'll lose anyway, so we definitely don't want to ignore that. So we're going to go ahead and push this, try to get this base secured. We do. We reset the timer on this Leopard, and we notice that we got an E-25 rushing down behind the Stuart Emile. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the Leopard. And what I'm going to try to do here is put myself in between the E-25 and the Stuart Emile, try to block some damage. If he can stay alive, he does a lot of damage. Alright, I tracked the E-25 and I'm going to go ahead and take this as an opportunity to flank around. And I'm going to retrack him again here. Basically, if this thing is, you just keep it from pointing at you, you do alright. It's just the DPM of that thing. I'm going to put another round in, try to retrack him. Oh, but I end up setting him on fire. Oh, he had a premium fire extinguisher. Well, that was a good 20,000 credits he won't get back. Nope, we don't get the ram kill, so let's just finish him off before his friend shows up. Alright. Well, that was pretty quick. We kind of resecured this side here, but then the whole northern flank also died. So now it's just down to me versus the other E-25 in that platoon of 3 E-25s. Where is he going to come at us from? I'm trying to keep myself with a building here, that way if I spot him I can kind of reposition to give myself the most advantageous fighting conditions, but I'm afraid he's going to set out and wait out the cap. So I start kind of heading for the enemy base. We're going to just go up the hill here, try to keep myself in areas where I can get back behind terrain if I need to. If I go down the other flank, it's a lot of open space where he would definitely have the advantage. And we spot the enemy E-25. He is on full health. I'm going to take the first shot. He bounces his. And we want to juke back and forth. Good. We cause him to miss his shot. And let's see if we can get the track. Yeah, it's a fantastic track. He immediately, though, will repair that. He's going to get a shot into our side. That does damage. We get one more in. It's going to be close. He's got the DPM, but I've got the armor. He bounces 2 shots there. They actually get hit by the tracks. Bounces another shot into the tracks. And I put a shot into the top of his armor for the win. Alright, let's see exactly how we did here. Ace Tanker, not bad. We also got Fire for Effect. Fighter. Shell Proof. Duelist. And Bruiser. Those were new medals added right before this replay. We also managed to get some pretty nice ones like Steel Wall, Defender, and High Caliber. We secured 66,000 credits, 66,775 to be exact, and 2341 XP. That is not doubled. If we go over to the team score page, we did 3,800 damage, almost 4,000. That was with 22 rounds. We took 24 hits, and our armor reflected 16 of those for a damage block by armor of 1485. We also spotted, we got 700 spotting damage, and also 77 base defense points, and we ended up making 37,000 credits. All in all, a very good game. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.